Hello, gentlemen. Today we're going to break down the December title update that just dropped. Now, this is a very small patch, but there are a couple big gameplay changes that we're going to talk about. And if you guys want to read the full patch notes so you can check out Ultimate Team changes and all that kind of stuff, you can check that out in the description as well as the comment section. Okay, so let's get into it. So the first bullet point is actually going to be one of the big changes. Fix an issue granting blockers a significant bonus to win chance on RPO plays versus defensive sets with 3 or less pass rushers. Then they have a dev note here. There is exploit prevention logic that increases the offensive line blocking win chance when heavy offensive sets are matched up against light sub defensive sets with 3 or less bigs rushing the passer. This logic was activating on RPO plays incorrectly. So basically what this is saying is like a formation like, dollar or nickel 3-3 where you have like those 3 down lineman sets. RPOs were basically pancaking unless you were sending 5. So your entire defensive line, a slot cornerback, and then blitzing your user. So you're not really sending 5, but you're kind of sending 4 plus your user on a blitz. And that's the only way you could prevent your defensive line from getting pancaked. Well, now this makes formations like dollar a lot more viable because RPOs aren't going to pancake you whenever you're just sending 3 or whatever. So this is a major change. And this is going to be a pretty crushing blow, in my opinion, to people who love to spam RPOs or do like the RPO tour out of spread playbook. This is a really good change, in my opinion. It doesn't force you to be in like dime normal or 4-3, even 6-1. And then the second major change can be found right here. Fix an issue in pass block targeting that was allowing a pass rusher through unblocked when hovering a defender over the A gap in a $3.2 DB fire press play. So there's a couple things I want to talk about. First of all, this is just semantics, but they use DB fire press as the example play when it was really more cover 2 press as well as some other plays like overload 3 seam or whatever, like where you have a stock linebacker blitz. DB fire press does not have that. And the reason I'm really even mentioning this is just like it annoys me that EA doesn't really know what they're talking about, and that just lets me know that it might not even be fixed. I'm going to hop into the lab in a second. I'm going to post some before footage of how the blitz looked and how it looks now to see if it is corrected. But as of right now, as of recording, I don't know if it's fixed. But when they do stuff like this, it makes me think that it's maybe not. And then the second thing I want to talk about is just more of my opinion. Just hear me out real quick. And if you disagree with me, feel free to shit on me in the comment section. I don't care. But I'm going to give you my school of thought with this. First of all, I don't really think that the blitz was broken to begin with. Yes, it did put you on a timer of like 2.5, 3 seconds if you don't do anything about it. And that's a pretty big deal. And then you factor in the fact that it's not really realistic. You have somebody shooting up the A gap completely clean when you're only sending 4. Totally get those aspects of it. But the reason that I think that it's a bad change is that you need blitzes like this for skill gap reasons. Because if little Timmy doesn't know what he's doing and you send this blitz at him and he has no idea what he's doing, this is going to get him out of the game much quicker, as opposed to not having a blitz that doesn't come in clean. So I consider it both skill and knowledge gap, and it's good for the game. And the last thing I'll say is that I'm not really biased when I talk about this either, because I'm not even in dollar. I haven't been in that formation since the start of the year. I'm still in my Vikings dime 1-4 defense. So yeah, I'm not really affected by this, but I do believe that it is good for the game when a blitz like this exists. Because like I said, it's going to separate you from little Timmy who has no idea what he's doing, because there's enough RNG in Madden as is. So when a blitz like this can separate you, it's a pretty big deal. You can get out of games much quicker. But I totally understand the people who just think it's unrealistic and that it's not good for the game. I understand that school of thought too. I just disagree. So that's pretty much it for the gameplay changes. I do want to talk about one more topic before I end the video, because I really do want to know what you guys think about this. So there was a pretty big topic on Twitter the other day talking about the state of MUT and how this year a lot of people feel like it's kind of extra scammy. Like EA is really milking it with some of these cards, especially with like the AP discount cards. And I want to know if you guys are actually feeling impacted by this. Like, are you guys having a hard time keeping up this year on MUT? Like, do you have to spend a lot of money every single week to keep up, get like best in slot cards or whatever? Or do you feel like that you can just put enough time into the game to keep up? Like, I want to know where you guys are at. Me personally, I haven't played much since Thanksgiving, and my team's definitely outdated, but I kind of feel like I'm at a point with my skill level where I don't need the best cards to compete on MUT champs or head-to-head. I understand if you play MCS, you probably need the best, but that's kind of what I think. But let me know if you guys are struggling to keep your team relevant this year in MUT. Anyways, that's going to be it for the patch breakdown. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And then as always, if you want to win more games, check out acemadden.com. Become a member. You'll gain access to every single offensive and defensive scheme that we currently have on the site. See you guys in the next one.